This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
Level 0 NPCs. NPCs. NPCs don't typically have levels. That's the stunning part about this. You know?
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily the case.
Not
it seems
typically.
to me that in older editions of D&D, at the very least, like they would still give you levels of like humanoid NPCs, at the very least.
Nerd.
Am I wrong about this?
Gigantic nerd.
I feel like I'm right about this.
In Pathfinder, you need one level to exist. You can't exist with no hit dice. So NPCs will have a level usually of like commoner or expert or aristocrat.
Right. I know, but I think what we're going for here is the old video game.
We're beneath even that.
Second edition, AD&D, stuff like that. Like there was this concept, if I remember correctly, of like a level 0 character. This was not Pathfinder, but like old D&D was like level 1 is when you start on the path to superhumanism.
Yeah, this
right?
is
like level 0 is like commoners and like people who haven't got any supernatural powers and stuff like that.
This is definitely the kind of thing to re-examine 7 years in.
I'm not sure if we've ever even addressed the name.
Yeah, we missed our 7-year anniversary. Oh, well.
We did.
Yeah, well.
By a little bit, Hey, everybody, it's...
Yeah.
That was one of the colder cold
Levels
opens we've
NPCs.
done.
Yeah. You caught us just
that's
shooting
what we
the
call
shit.
a frigid open.
We were just shooting the shit, I don't know.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, 7 years in, 1,205 subscribers later, about 10% of those? No. About 10% of that, like, still sort of coming back and watching every once in a while.
Yeah, we have comments from people who have never commented before because they're worried about us. That's great. And also, sorry.
Yeah. It's been a weird few weeks.
It's been a weird fucking month, yo.
Yeah.
Weird and bad.
We're a little tired and spacey even tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. My cat passed away on the 1st of November. He was doing very poorly. The cancer caught up to him and like other problems. So I had to say goodbye to him, and I was just not ready to record for a little while. But we're back now.
Yeah.
20 days later or something like that. So
my whole family's been basically sick since the 1st of September. So this is the first time I felt all right in a long time. So
yeah. We're all kind of we're a little beaten up, but we're back. We're here. We're gonna do some recording, and then it's gonna get closer to Christmas, and we're gonna probably peter out again towards the end of the year. We're gonna record a Christmas episode. You still get one of those, as you always do.
I have no good excuse for why I couldn't record. It's just that my life is kind of a slow motion train crash, where like sometimes sometimes it feels normal, like you're not in the slow motion train crash anymore. Then the car starts to go sideways. You're like, oh no, it's still the crash. It's still the crash.
I'm led to believe that there was like a twisted ankle in a supervillain lair or something like that at one point. So
yeah, my girlfriend and I went to see a supervillain apartment, and it had some eccentric geometry to it, and she took a bad step and did something nigh undiagnosable to her ankle.
Well, it happens, and how's she doing? How's she feeling?
We did eventually get a diagnosis for the ankle, so it's in she's got a boot on it. She's got a big Hellboy foot, with a fracture boot. And
I saw that boot. It's a hell of a boot. It crinkles when she walks.
And she'll be on that for a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
And she just got flattened by that same cold. Probably got from Matt's family.
I really, really tried hard not to give it to anybody. I really tried hard. You know what? It couldn't have been from me. Couldn't have been. I was completely clear last week.
Did you mask and social distance?
No, but the virus is everywhere. It's fucking everywhere.
V was actually looking after some family that was sick as well, so it's possible.
Ah, there. I feel slightly better. Slightly better. Hey, everybody, we missed you. We
did miss you. Like, I wanted to record. I just knew that I was going to be fucking depressing if I recorded up the last couple of weeks. So
you got to take time for that. For that. No, nobody blames you for that. But we're back. We're okay. We're alive. We really should update you on this shit on the Facebook page because I
don't know if anybody pays attention to Facebook.
They do. They do. I saw Joseph Davies check in.
I need to put somebody. Then I gotta check our Facebook page.
You know what?
Full disclosure: I haven't looked at the Level Zero NPCs Facebook page in over a year, probably.
I have though, so I get. Yeah. I still get the.
I need to put Matt or somebody much more responsible about these kinds of things in charge of our Facebook page.
I'll just do it. I'll do it.
Our Twitter. Like, I'll remember for short spurts that I need to update Twitter, but I can't even update my own fucking Twitter, so, here we are.
Well, Twitter's a garbage fire right now anyway. So.
It's true. It's been musked.
So we figure, we owe you guys the end of Phantasmagoria.
Yeah, typically we contain Horror Month within October, and come hell or high water, we stop at the end of October. To be fair, also, to date, most of our Horror Month games have been kind of less exciting to us than some others.
That is a nice way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was glad, so here's the thing. No matter how good a game is, when you play it like we do, over the course of a year or more, you get tired of it a little bit every once in a while,
when you play a game
even
like
if it's
we
like
do,
a quest for glory or something,
when you play a game like we do,
games.
badly and slowly,
in small increments too. I could solo without commentating play through the entire Quest for Glory series probably in less than a week. But we don't do that here.
No.
And so Horror Month is always this nice breath of fresh air where we will just go ahead and play something completely different from what we've been playing. So we even get a little used to, when we were playing the series, got a little excited to get back to Manhunter. That was over by the end of Horror Month usually.
Yeah, but by the end of October, we were definitely ready to leave Manhunter for a year.
But it's a palate cleanser. And the palate needed to be cleansed.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to getting back to Quest for Glory, but we decided that we owe you a little bit more Phantasmagoria. We're not going to be able to finish this series this year unless we just commit to continuing to play Phantasmagoria and delaying the end of Quest for Glory 5. But
no, we can't finish. We can't finish the.
You can't finish
this game,
whole ass game, in one Horror Month.
No, but
that would be unprecedented. Except that we did that with Island of Dr. Brain.
Well, yeah, but that was a special case, and we at least owe you the last 2 episodes. So that's what we're doing today.
Yeah, we're recording now
at the end of November.
As you are witnessing, 10 minutes into the recording, that's the episodes of Phantasmagoria that we owe you for the end of October.
Yeah,
because we missed. Yeah, because things were going downhill, and I wasn't prepared to record on Halloween, and yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna get to it.
There's that cough.
Horror Month lasts as long as we say it does.
That's true. That's true.
The horror was inside us all along.
And to make sure that you know that this is a professional operation we're running here, Alex has a special surprise for you.
Yeah, in about 7 minutes, I'm gonna go get and eat a pizza live on the mic.
So yeah, I wasn't vamping for time. This is just kind of how the show goes. For all of the 5 of you that were subscribed while we were on brief hiatus, hello, welcome to the channel. This is what you're getting yourselves into. If you're the kind of weirdo that is truly deserving of the title PC, then this will be your jam for some reason, and we love you for it.
Yeah, and we thank you for your patience, because
thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patronage.
After 7 years, this is we're doing our best.
It is, yeah.
Welcome.
Well, are we? This is,
we're doing.
There's probably a much better best available, but
we're getting old. We got responsibilities. We're doing our best. We're doing.
I could do better, but I'd have to drop a different plate. I couldn't do better and maintain the level of I don't want to say excellence, but adequacy that I strive to in other chapters of my life. Yeah.
I get it.
This plate's gonna wobble because I have many other plates also wobbling.
Well, that's it, right? We got so many wobbling plates.
It's like a Dick Tracy villain.
Oh yeah. No, don't touch it. Don't. No, Adrienne.
It smells like paint. Weird.
This is the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. It does look like a Dick Tracy villain.
It does, doesn't it?
Baby face.
A little frown, big, thick, angry eyebrows. Right, we've seen that before.
That's interesting.
It's been a few episodes, or a few weeks, I guess that's our last time.
So, let's... Now, hear me out. Let's murder Dawn.
I'm not sure that the game supports that, but I can try the poker and the hammer for sure. I can even try the newspaper. Maybe
let's free his soul.
Beat him with it.
I think the key is you need to combine the poker and the hammer into a hammer flail.
I think that would work.
Just there's a little, there's a little hole in the bottom of the hammer to put like a wrist strap through, and we just hook the poker into that so we can spin it over our heads.
Yeah, and we can choose whether to use the hook or the blunt end of the hammer to kill.
It's an exotic weapon, but we just leveled up, so we can spend a feat on the proficiency.
Absolutely.
I can't even interact with the with Dawn's inner sanctum door anymore.
No, that's smart. It would be cool if... Oh. What's happening?
Sound effect.
What's glowing on the desk?
This room is extremely red.
Yep.
I'm panicked.
Except for the painting of Robert Stack.
Update. Oh, it's a glowing key. Wow.
Oh no, it's a necklace.
For just a second.
I found this in your room. Where did you get it?
Why, Zoltan, what do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean. Gaston gave it to you, didn't he?
No, I bought it when we were in London last month.
I'm not a fool, Marie. I've been watching. When he looks at you, you smile and blush. And he's always hovering around you backstage.
But you're wrong, Zoltan. He's just a friend, that's all.
I don't want him here tomorrow night.
He's just a
But
bee,
he's your prop man. He has a right to be at your party. Please, don't accuse me of this. Believe me, Zoltan. I love you. Only you.
He's a literal bee.
I want to believe you, Marie. I do.
I saw a B movie. I know how these things go.
Do you like jazz?
What the?
Yeah. Is it gone?
It's gone.
For
It
just a
disappeared.
second.
A little sleight of hand.
Oh.
For just a second when she was picking up the necklace, it's like her fingers were just sliding on a flat surface containing nothing, as if the image of the necklace was just projected on the table. And I was genuinely horrified for a moment, because that would be so horrible. To, like, reach for a real object only to discover it's like a projection on a surface.
Oh, some car keys. Let's take that bitch out for a spin. You can repair me, Adrienne. Grab my keys. Oh, that's less.
There's that ruby ring again.
It's less cool. Put it on. All right. What's left to do in here? What's under the rug? Is there a trap door?
Just leads down to the room below.
What's in the bear's
That
mouth?
we're well familiar with.
I'd love to do a remake of this game where the hammer works on almost everything. And there's just so many animations of her destroying whatever's like that close up of the box. You just click on the hammer.
I'm sorry, Harriet. I forgot all
It's
about
our
it.
pet gnome.
Ready to work?
Yeah, ma'am. Tell me what to do.
You're not allowed inside.
Well, let's see. Kitchen dishes need washing. Our bed needs to be made. Bathroom needs cleaning.
And Dawn needs murdering.
Furniture needs polishing. And this floor needs sweeping.
I'll get right on it. Anything else?
Yeah, take this poker and dome my husband with it.
Harriet, I thought you might be interested in... No, never mind.
Okay, fine. Anything else?
I have a question, Harriet. When I was in the tower room, I saw a little building in the woods on the eastern side of the island. Do you know anything about it?
I've never been in those woods. The trail's washed out. Cyrus has, though. Go ask him.
Okay, I will.
I'd
Thanks.
rather not speak to him.
Anything
Thank
else?
you. There's a bathroom.
Yeah, one more thing. Could you please empty the wastebasket?
My pizza's here. Be right back.
Anything else?
You could wash up.
Well, yes, I found these old tarot cards in the house. I don't read them. If you want them.
You're darn right I want them.
Darn.
They're beautiful.
Darn right.
I tell you what, I'll do a reading for you. A little later, in the kitchen. Anything else?
Anything else? Anything else?
I'm just gonna watch her idle animation here a little bit, see how it goes.
Anything else?
Oh, by the way, I see you carrying around that newspaper. You want me to throw it away for you?
Please, would you?
Well, that's a novel way to get rid of unnecessary inventory.
What's on? What would you say is on her sweater?
Oh, I don't know. Let's hope it's motor oil or something.
Let's hope it's motor oil. Oh, I wonder how the pizza transaction's going. Let's check.
The pizza transaction.
We're gonna open up our camera up in Alex's place, and we're gonna see how it's going. You don't have any.
Back.
Oh, never mind.
There you go. Now we know how it's going.
We were gonna spy on you with the spy cam at your place.
He
Oh,
might not have his headphones on yet.
he's
No, I
not
got it.
really-
I heard
he's
you.
He's not
The
really
box,
back.
the box was complicated.
Good old complicated pizza boxes.
Well,
They open from the top.
the little tab thing on pizza boxes is like larger than the opening, so you kind of have to destroy the box to open it.
Ah. That keeps the pizza lid closed, I suppose.
I have a gnome cough.
Let's get our daily weird fortune.
What's up?
I want just to raise the middle finger at me one time.
Fuck you.
The glowing green eyes.
Maybe she's a Green Lantern.
Keep your secrets to yourself. Trust no one.
Solid advice.
That is a solid advice.
Solid
And I'd
advice.
love to get a fortune cookie that said trust no one.
Fuck this.
She's 3 for 3 on throwing it right into that trash bin. Though.
The spittoon. It's a spittoon.
Spittoon. She's using it as a trash bin. I hope the spittoon does not have leftover spittoon leavings in it.
Oh, it do. You know it do. So, we got some questions for Glory here that have been piling up over the last
Have we?
month. Yeah.
Jesus. All right. Well, I was about to go and get a fortune reading from Harriet, but
No.
let's,
We got time.
Let's go and enjoy the fire for a bit.
Oh, okay. We'll sit in front of the fire and we'll do a question for Gory. Question for Gory. Probably. I don't know.
There's a question for Gory sound, but maybe I'll superimpose both of them. It'll sound terrible.
So we have a question for Gory from Yidras. If you had to live in a world created by a horror movie, which horror movie world would you live in?
It's a good question.
It's a great question because there's all sorts of ramifications that we're just not going to think about right now when we come up with our answers.
There are some... I'm not really a horror movie aficionado, but there's probably some horror movies that are technically horror that would be kind of fun to live in nonetheless.
Yeah.
I mean, a large portion of the horror movies that are coming immediately to mind, aside from Alien and so on, are just Earth, right? And unless you happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, you're really not affected. Friday the 13th is just Earth, and as long as I'm not in or near Camp Crystal Lake or space,
Okay. Sure.
or Manhattan, I guess.
But there's the cascade effect that comes from being there, right? Because not only are you living in the Friday the 13th world, you are also living in a Nightmare on Elm Street world because they had that crossover in there, not different worlds. Okay? So you're not
And
just...
I guess if we're going by crossover rules, that means we also live in the Mortal Kombat world.
Yes. There's this fictional universe might
so I
be
am
a little
at
too
risk
exciting.
of getting fatalitied by Shao Kahn.
Yes, but you're at risk of just falling asleep and getting killed by Freddy. I think,
And that means we're also in the Star Wars universe. Or is that Soul Calibur?
What the fuck? I don't know if that's
You're
canon.
thinking of Soul Calibur, but
yeah.
there's probably a path from one to the other, from crossover to crossover.
Video games 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon is pretty fucking wild, honestly.
If we consider every single crossover canon, that's crazy. But I think that Freddy vs. Jason, I feel is a straight up canon crossover. I think you could do it. The final showdown in that movie is at Crystal Lake, but it starts Elm Street.
That's fair. Want me to be really pedantic, though?
Sure.
Freddy vs. Jason only happened after the rights to the Friday the 13th title were lost. And so that's why it had to be called Freddy vs. Jason and not use any allusions to Friday the 13th, the title, which is also why Jason X is just called Jason X.
Yeah.
Yeah. when it was either from New Line to some other company or from some other company to New Line Cinema. But it was bought by the same production company that owned that owned Nightmare on Elm Street, which is how that crossover managed to happen.
But like
which is also why Friday the 13th, the game's fucking like legal troubles are
legendary.
Have made it impossible for them to add more content to the game.
But I certainly don't want to live in that world. That doesn't sound like a fun time, because you know what? Even if you go through your whole life being okay, and like at our age, we're probably fine.
I feel like it's also a waste of the premise too.
Yeah.
It's just Earth.
The question kind of depends a little bit too on what your role is in the story of that world, because like you guys commented earlier, if you're just somebody in the world of that world, I mean, there's just lots of great options, because most of them are just the world. You can just have your normal life because it's happening to somebody else, all the horrible elements.
Yeah.
If you're in the story, still kind of depends on your role in the story. Like, Evil Dead would be a stressful time, but I mean, if you get to be Ash, it might be kind of cool. I mean, he's pretty miserable, but in a cool way.
Yeah, although like whenever you get one of those like Deadite curse like cascades, like that one's very easy to get fucked up in.
Yeah. I think
I almost feel like if you're anywhere in or near Florida, you're pretty much like Deadite fodder.
I think maybe I want to live in the Shining.
The Shining.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to live in the
justification, please.
I want to live in the, because that means I'm living in the Stephen King-averse.
Okay. Yeah, the Stephen King-averse, like, it's going to be scary, but you'll have a good time, you know?
Yeah, or you'll just like, you know, randomly die of like a brain aneurysm or something.
Yeah, but like
to
Stephen
move the
King,
plot forward for somebody.
He's not an asshole. Right? He's not telling a scary story to be shitty. He's telling a scary story to be a story. So you might have a sad death, but it'll be sad.
It'll be a sad death, and also like it will probably mean something, or its meaningless will mean something. Its meaningless nature will mean something.
Well, it'll depend on what kind of person you are. Like if you're in a Stephen King story and you are brave and like self-sacrificing, your death will mean something. You know, it'll count.
Yeah.
And if you're just a selfish asshole, you'll have a cruel, ironic, protracted death.
Yeah. And also like there's the promise of not the promise, but the, you know, there's a chance you could get superpowers. You know?
Yeah.
Or killed by a monster.
The last two horror movies I saw were It Follows and not a movie but a show, Midnight Mass. And both interesting options. It Follows, like, if you had the curse, it'd be a little difficult to survive, but you could just get ahead of the logistics of it, you know? You'd have to make some plans, and you can deal with it. It would suck, but you could deal with it. And Midnight Mass is just, you kind of decide whether or not you want to be a vampire.
Yeah, that's the thing. The vampire,
Spoiler alert, by the way.
There's definitely vampire movies that could be pretty great.
Like, if you don't mind being a vampire and having slightly more weaknesses than a baseline human, then yeah, vampire movies, solid choice.
Since we're now in spoiler territory for that exact production company, I wouldn't mind living in the world of the Haunting of Hill House. Same folks, and it turns out, spoiler alert, that the ghosts were generally benevolent.
Yeah.
Generally.
That's just the house where they lived.
Yeah. You know, there's all kinds of things. There's all
some weird time travel shit going on, but, you know.
I like a good amount of that, though, eh?
Also, it's loosely implied that there's no afterlife other, which I found disturbing. Like, people of faith, once they realized there were ghosts in that house, they abandoned their faith pretty quickly. Nope, this is the one true afterlife. I can see it, therefore I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, so that, there you go. That's sort of an answer from all of us. I'll tell you this. I do not want to live in the Ring universe. That's fine.
Interesting. Why is that? Just because the
chances of you coming across something that you can't escape are there. And I mean, I know that can happen in this world, but
yeah. How familiar are you with the extended canon of The Ring? All its sequels and so on.
Not very.
Okay. Yeah, so they explore deeper into the series of The Ring and like Nasang, which is the spiral, and like deeper into it. The implications of a world with like on-demand streaming and YouTube and stuff like that, and how it like could be a really fucked up like transmittal vector for the power of Sadako.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like the chances of you stumbling across shit like that, it's real. It's a real thing. So no. So there you go.
Yeah, Japan's horror is very much into like the really awful implications kind of horror. So
I once found a Ouija board under a tree.
Nice.
I was leaving my house to go to work.
At the base of a tree?
Yeah, propped up against a tree right outside my front door was a Ouija board abandoned there.
Just in front of your front door.
Yeah, directly outside my house.
Somebody wanted you to have that.
It was waiting there for me quite clearly. It was like it seemed like some sort of Jumanji situation, and I was late for work, so I didn't really interact with it. And when I got back, it was gone. So I assumed someone else was in the horror movie, and I avoided it.
Yeah.
Someone took your place.
Yeah. I looked at it and thought, like,
they're trying to find you to give it back.
I am too busy to be the protagonist / victim in a horror movie right now. I don't have time to get Jumanji'd. I have to, go make video games.
Yes, that's true. As ostensibly, like, my employee, and also as the, you're Trent's employee, really, but as someone who is on my team and is integral to, like, the inner workings of a large number of things in the game that only you understand in some cases. Yes, please do not Jumanji my technical artist.
Yeah, it wouldn't be, like, the project would go on, but it'd be a bummer. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. I really tangled myself up like a fly in a spider web in all of the key components of the game.
Alright. So before we get into another
oh shit, here we go. Gnome time.
Adrienne.
Yes?
You know those tarot cards you give me?
Yes, I just gave them. Oh.
Well, it's time to do a reading.
Whoa.
Right now.
What the fuck?
That's abrupt.
That is abrupt.
Okay, I guess.
Also, who keeps shitting in the mugs?
Feet don't even touch the ground.
They're really leaning into this
gnome thing.
Pick 8 cards.
All right.
Don't pick the one I just wipe my nose on, though. They're just all deaf.
I was just going to say that. All deaf.
Well, now I've never seen anything like this before.
The death card doesn't normally mean literal death, but 8 of them does.
I'll be darned.
Oh, dear.
It's also weird that there's
This don't
8
look
death
good.
cards in the deck.
Well, what is it?
Well, of course, it's all in interpretation, but
Explosions.
Come on, Harriet.
well,
This here's the
Alright.
intestinal hemorrhage card.
this card in the middle is the Fool. And that's you.
Just
Fool is
Fuck you,
surrounded
gnome.
by
Get out of my
all
house.
these 7 other energies.
This card just says kill your husband.
Now, this card That's the lovers. That means that the fool is gonna have to make a choice in the area of love.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I'll just kill him.
Now, normally that ain't necessarily so bad, but all these other cards surrounding it,
It's not a hard choice.
well, these two cards.
The hammer
There's
card
justice in
and the
strength.
husband card.
That's good, because the fool can use them to help out with rational solutions and a balanced mind, and courage, strength, and determination.
And this here's the gnome card. That's me.
Sounds like I'm heading
I'm
off to
just
battle.
here.
You might be. Take a look at these other 4 cards here. The worst 4 cards in the deck.
I don't think that's how tarot works.
Hangman, the Tower, the Devil,
Actually, I did hear that the tower is the worst one.
Death,
The tower means calamity.
the Hangman. A sacrifice is gonna happen. The Tower, the breakdown of existing forms. The Devil, he brings evil.
That's a lot of major arcana to draw.
Death,
Yeah, right?
a painful transformation's gonna happen.
Makeover?
Makeover,
What's the
makeover.
It's hard to know, actually. Because, it's all in the interpretation. But off the top of my head, I'd say that you're going to have some big trouble with your hubby. Evil's got him, and he's going to change. You're going to have to muster all the strength and courage that you have to fight it.
You mean the hammer? I'll just use the hammer.
There's going to be a sacrifice.
No.
And then
The hammer
you'll
as
have
strong,
to
and
use
it
your
gives me courage.
wits.
Yeah.
Win.
I don't know if I trust the interpretation of a person who pronounces it interpretation.
Oh, thanks, Harriet.
Interpretation.
That was very interesting.
Now, I know that you think that this is all just a bunch of hogwash.
Now, Harriet, I really appreciate you trying to help me. But I just don't believe in this stuff.
Well, now, all I know is that there's some bad trouble around here. You just better watch your backside.
I don't believe in this
Fine.
stuff. Just ask the
I
ghost
will.
baby upstairs.
With a walled-up cathedral in the other room.
Do you want like a new sweater or no? Okay. Do you want like any? I got some clothes. You smell like horse shit.
It's just weird that I have this giant mansion and you live in squalor somehow.
And we have no horses.
I don't understand how you live here and in squalor. It's fine that you're here, but I need your squalor to leave. Does that make sense?
Your squalor. Dun, dun, dun.
Harriet?
Yeah.
Never mind.
I'm chewing the food off your dishes as fast as I can.
My saliva only corrodes this stuff so fast.
You're out of soap, so I'm using my own spittle. You. Question for Globes.
Question for Glorbs.
Fuck this. Okay, yeah, this is where the gold's at, right here.
Yeah, you stupid cat.
Are you attacking my cat with a stick?
I was expecting
Well,
a
Pim's
tiny
yours all.
Adrian to walk in the side as if he was a giant.
Stupid kitty cat.
Because he's dressed
I
like a
run away,
giant
all I want to do is bang.
from a 90s TV
Cyrus?
show.
Cyrus, what are you doing?
Nothing.
I'm trying to fuck your cat.
What were you doing with my cat?
I was just playing with it is all.
With a stick. Dabbing at it with a stick.
Cyrus, don't play with him. Okay?
Okay.
You're just gonna go play with him now, aren't you?
He just leaves the game.
Just never see him again.
Exeunt.
Okay. And that is all the time that we have for this episode. Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
How's that pizza, Alex?
Yeah, how is it, man? You've been munching on it pretty silently. I'm impressed.
Oh, it's all gone. It's all gone.
What happened to? Where's the ASMR? Right? You know?
Oh, I ate it all. I can't. I was gonna get right up on the mic, but then the hunger overcame me, and I just ate all of the pizza while we were answering the horror question.
I love it.
I guess I could go and get some of the leftover pizza from my fridge,
No.
but I would want to heat it up first. So.
Oh,
You might be able to just take
Princess.
a moment of silence from the, from when I was eating the pizza and just dial it up. The audio's there. It's in there somewhere.
No.
It'd be like a pizza EVP. If you listen closely, it sounds like a person eating pizza.
So we got 2 more questions for Gory, but we can save them for next week. And by next week, I mean next episode.
Yeah.
I was correcting myself while you were correcting me. It was a double correction.
Oh boy, that cancels it out, so it's gonna be next week.
Oh no!
Bye everyone, we'll see you next episode.
Yeah, stick it in there.
Later, folks.
Stay around.
Stay everyone. Don't ruin our catchphrases, man.
Stick around.
I think those trees are upside down.
Stick around in there, everybody.
Stick around in there.
Those 2 trees, I think they're upside down.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
We make our own.
Trees?
Not trees.
Everything.
Catchphrases.
You name it, we make it.
We make it. We got an Etsy store. It's called Everything.
It's our side hustle. Fuck.
Oh, shit.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.